This is Harlem Eubank. You're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so this video is going to cause some kind of debate in the comment section, and that's good. Please let me know your thoughts in that comment section. What I'm talking about is the new top 25 in the heavyweight division. This is your rankings. These are not my rankings as such. My rankings would look totally different to these. Over the last several months now, I've been making the adjustments as and when fights happen and based on your recommendation in the comment section. So this is your top 25. But this one's going to cause a little bit more debate than others because obviously we've just had some fights, haven't we? Anyway, so here is the new top 25. Please click that subscribe button if you are new to this channel, so welcome. If you want to be a little bit more adventurous, click that join button as well. Okay, so here is the new top 25 in the world. And this is much better than any of the sanctioning bodies. There's zero bias in this one. We know that because they're not mine. Okay, so number 25, Francis Ngannou. Number 24, Ivan Daichko. Number 23, F.A. Jagba. Number 22, Ajit Kabayel. Number 21, Michael Hunter. Number 20, Jermaine Franklin. Number 19, Hughie Fury. Number 18, Frank Sanchez. Number 17, Daniel Dubois. Number 16, Martin Bakole. Number 15, Derek Chisora. Number 14, Fabio Wardley. Number 13, Jared Anderson. Number 12, Otto Wallin. Number 11, Josie Parker. Number 10, Joe Joyce. Number 9, Dillian White. Number 8, Arsenbek Makhmudov. Number 7, Andy Ruiz Jr. Number 6, Filip Hrgovic. Number 5, Deontay Wilder. Number 4, Zhilei Zhang. Number 3, Tyson Fury. Number 2, Anthony Joshua. And number 1, Oleksandr Usyk. So there you have it. This is the new top 25. So of course there has been a couple of changes here and there. So I think we should get cracking with the obvious ones. Let's start off with number 25, Francis Ngannou. Of course, he made his professional debut, his first ever boxing bout, amateur or pro, against Tyson Fury last weekend in Saudi Arabia. And the reason why he's in this top 25, firstly, is because going on social media and going by a lot of the comments on the videos that I've done on this particular subject, Fury versus Ngannou, most people feel that Francis Ngannou won that fight. So in which case, he has to be ranked here. Now, I'm not going to say I personally agree with that because I do feel most professional boxers out there would beat Francis Ngannou or any MMA fighter. Likewise, they would beat any professional boxer in the cage. Okay, so I still hold that energy, but in time, I'm sure we'll find out if Francis Ngannou has another couple of fights. We'll see. Was it a bad night at the office for Tyson Fury? Is Tyson Fury done? Is Francis Ngannou better than maybe what we thought he was going to be? All those answers will be, all those questions will be answered in due course, I'm sure. But the fact that we've had to put Francis Ngannou in here hurts my feelings a little bit. It does. Okay, and Tyson Fury let him in. What Tyson Fury was supposed to do was take him to school. That's what he was supposed to do, but he didn't. Okay. Now, because of this, Tyson Fury has had to be dropped down a position as well. Now, me dropping down Tyson Fury below Anthony Joshua, not necessarily something that I agree with, but because so many people feel that Tyson Fury lost to a guy who's never boxed before, that's far worse than Anthony Joshua losing to a Oleksandr Usyk or Andy Ruiz Jr. Of course, he beat Andy Ruiz Jr. in the rematch. But that said, they were professional boxers. Okay. Now, if we go just looking at BoxRec, not that I go by BoxRec rankings at all, but a lot of you do. Well, Anthony Joshua has been ranked above Tyson Fury for the past 3 months as well on there. And a lot of you have been asking me to make that change, but I've always resisted because Tyson Fury is a champion and he's been looking untouchable at times. But that Francis Ngannou fight showed that he's a little bit, well, he's potentially vulnerable right now. Maybe bad night at the office, who knows. Anyway, hopefully we still get to see Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk, and we'll find out, was that a bad night at the office? Maybe it was just stylistically wrong. But a lot of people are fearing that Oleksandr Usyk will take Tyson Fury to school now. Ultimately, the only way with that we'll know for sure is when we find out in what we're hearing is now February. So anyway, hopefully they get that done. As far as Francis Ngannou is concerned, of course, there's talks between Francis Ngannou and Team Anthony Joshua, where the Saudis, they still want to go ahead and put on a boxing event on December the 23rd, which was originally put in there for Fury and Usyk. But because the British Boxing Board of Control looks like they've actually now suspended Tyson Fury for a period of 6 weeks due to his cut, which is madness for me, considering that you get worse cuts and bumps and bruises in sparring, don't you? But hey, it is what it is. Hey, maybe they've done it through recommendation, if of course that's true. But Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua, that could happen. That could happen December 23rd. And apparently Francis Ngannou is going to be on that particular card. So the Saudis want to go ahead with December 23rd, but now not with Fury versus Usyk, but with Francis Ngannou. Anthony Joshua could well be that guy. But there is another name being mentioned, Joseph Parker. So Francis Ngannou versus Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker, of course, was on the undercard of Fury and Ngannou, where he knocked out Simon Keane. Was it round number 3, wasn't it? A brutal uppercut. Brutal uppercuts, I should say. Joe Parker looked very good in that fight. He really did. Now, of course, going forward, I would like to see Joseph Parker take on, say, a Michael Hunter. On this particular list, Michael Hunter is number 21, Joseph Parker is number 11. But Parker, he is still on the building again since his knockout loss to Joe Joyce. And I think Michael Hunter would be a good shout at this point. You agree? Drop it below. If you disagree, let me know who it is that you think Joseph Parker should fight. And, of course, who Michael Hunter should fight as well, of course. Also on the Saudi card as well was Fabio Wardley. Fabio Wardley stopped David Adelaide in a, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it was pretty much a one-sided fight. David Adelaide just wasn't really at the races with Fabio Wardley. He really wasn't. But Fabio Wardley has now moved up about 3 positions now to number 14, where a lot of you felt that he should be above the likes of Derek Chisora and that anyway. I think this kind of win, in the manner that he done it, certainly proves it for now. You agree or do you disagree? Also on that card as well was, of course, Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole's jumped quite a few places. He's jumped about 5 or 6 places. So now he's currently sat at number 16. Now, I didn't like this fight. I always felt that Carlos Takam, 42 years old, been knocked out by Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua, Joe Joyce, Alexander Povetkin, beaten up by Joseph Parker and Makhmudov and whatever else. So I weren't too keen on this fight, and the fact that Martin Bakole weighed 300 pounds disturbed me a little bit. As it turned out, Martin Bakole was injured, so he couldn't really train properly, hence why he couldn't shift the weight. And of course, about halfway through that fight, it was only a 4-round fight, but he apparently swallowed a wasp or a bee, whatever. Got stung as well. So I think, all things considered, he done quite well in that fight. So well done, Martin Bakole. But going forward, listen, I've been mentioning it for quite some time now, and for some reason, they ain't listening. I don't know why, but we'll keep on going. Arsenbek Makhmudov versus Martin Bakole. So according to these rankings, that would be number 8, Makhmudov, versus number 16, Bakole. I mean, you could say, well, Martin Bakole knocked out Takam, Makhmudov didn't. Now, I did an interview with Makhmudov where he actually had an injured hand in that fight, so he couldn't actually throw it, but he still managed to knock down Takam. Anyway, it is what it is. I want to see that fight regardless, and of course, going by the WBC rankings, that's actually a very good fight and well worth having. Hopefully I can get it done. Or if Martin Bakole, if he wants to abandon the WBA or WBC kind of situation and get immediately put into world title contention, well, Filip Perkovic, who is apparently a free agent right now, so we're hearing, well, he's the IBF mandatory. He's up next for either straight away to Oleksandr Usyk or the winner of Usyk and Fury. So if I'm Bakole, I'm certainly looking for that fight. Or if he wants to continue with the WBA and get a world title shot in about 2 or 3 years' time, when it comes back round again, then the best way to do it is to get that position. And the guy who's got that position right now is not number 1, Deontay Wilder. It's actually the regular champion, Manuel Charr. Get that easy victory. That's what I would do. Anthony Joshua. Okay, so Anthony Joshua is now number 2, which is what, over the last couple of months, a lot of you saying that I should do anyway. So this is not my bias. But as I said before, it looks like Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. That looks like that could well be happening on December the 23rd in Saudi Arabia. But Zhilei Zhang, and I've already recorded a video on this one, but it shall upload after this one. Zhilei Zhang has told Anthony Joshua to send in the contract. So we could actually see Anthony Joshua versus Zhilei Zhang. Would it be in the UK? Would it be in America? Would it be in China? If, of course, that fight happens, which, of course, will be for the WBO mandatory position, which is to immediately follow once Herkovich has got his shot. Okay, let's put out another couple of names here and there. Let's look at, say, number Daniel Dubois, number 17. I'd like to see Daniel Dubois take on number 19, Hughie Fury. Not immediately. I think Hughie Fury, of course, he needs to come back. He needs to have a win or two to get back into things. But then I think them two should get it on. I really do. In the meantime, maybe Dubois can have a tune-up fight or whatever, or maybe go straight into a Joe Joyce fight. But I would love to see Hughie Fury versus Daniel Dubois. I really would. Now, Deontay Wilder, now he's number 5 on here. Some will say he should be a bit higher. Some will say he should be a bit lower due to inactivity and whatever else. But while he's waiting for the Anthony Joshua fight, why don't you go take on Michael Hunter? That's an American versus American. Wilder can say he's the best in the world or one of the best in the world, but he hasn't cleaned up domestically yet. But he hasn't, has he? Who's he really beat? Dominic Brazil and one or two others. There's still quite a few Americans out there that Wilder can certainly look at. And I think Deontay Wilder versus Michael Hunter would actually be a very, very good fight. It really would. Anyway, listen, we can go on and on and on about different fighters here, there and everywhere, but I was getting this video out there just to show you all the new top 25. Please drop in the comment section where you agree and where you disagree. And tell me why you disagree. Most importantly, I have noticed on quite a few previous videos on these ones, people say, no, this person shouldn't be in that position. Well, tell me why they shouldn't be in that position. Okay? Anyway, my thoughts, you drop me yours. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.